Welcome children, take out your Radiant Reader book, chapter 18, Kabir. Today I am going to tell you the story in gist. Kabir, a great saint and poet, lived in India during the 15th century. His exact origin and date of birth is unknown. According to the story, a Muslim weaver found a baby boy beside a tank near Banaras. This Muslim weaver family brought up the child as their own son and named him Kabir, which in Arabic means great. Kabir grew up and followed his father's occupation, but his habits and behavior were different from others. While working, he often sang hymns in praise of God. He spent time with the company of holy men during his leisure hours. A great saint and preacher named Ramananda came to preach in Banaras. Kabir wanted him to be his spiritual guide, but due to religious differences, he hit upon a plan of attracting the saint's plan. Kabir knew the ghat where Ramananda took bath, so one dark night, Kabir went to the ghat and lay down on the river step. As Ramananda came down the step before daybreak, he trod on the sleeping man. In astonishment, he exclaimed, Ram Ram. At once, Kabir jumped up, saying that he had become his disciple as he had given him the mantram Ram Ram, and thus Ramananda accepted him as his disciple. When Kabir himself started preaching, both the Hindus and Muslims got annoyed, but slowly and gradually he got a band of faithful followers. Kabir composed numerous songs in the form of dohas. He was a skilled Muslim and sang songs to the music of flute. These widely popular dohas are sung all over India. According to Kabir, Ram and Rahim are some same. Hari dwells in the east while Allah dwells in the west. He neither resides in the temple nor in the mosque. He lives in every hut. A pure seeker can see him. Kabir's life had considerable influence on the Hindus and Muslims. He preached about the greatness and glory of God. According to him, God is above everything. Kabir died at Gorakhpur in 1528. According to a story, after Kabir's death, the Hindus and Muslims began to quarrel over his body. The Hindus wanted to burn his body while the Muslims wanted to bury it. At that moment, Kabir himself appeared before them and told them to lift the cloth and see. When they lifted the cloth, they found the body had disappeared. Instead, there were a heap of lovely flowers. The Muslim took one half of it and buried it at Gorakhpur, while the other half was taken by the Hindus to burn it at the holy city of Banaras. Now, let me give you the question answers of this chapter. Question 1. Who looked after Kabir in his childhood? Answer. The Muslim weaver and his wife looked after Kabir in his childhood. Question 2. How was Kabir different from other weavers? Answer. While working at his loom, Kabir sang hymns in praise of God. In his leisure hours, he liked to be in the company of holy men. Question 3. Why had Kabir to think of a plan to attract Ramananda's attention? Answer. Ramananda was a Brahmin and Kabir was a Muslim. He was afraid that the great religious teacher would not accept him as a disciple, so he thought of a plan to attract Ramananda's attention. Question 4. What was the plan? How did it work out? Answer. Kabir knew that Ramananda got up early in the morning and takes bath in water of sacred Ganges. One dark night, Kabir went to the ghat and laid down on the river steps. Before daybreak, when Ramananda came down the steps for his usual bath, he trod on the sleeping man and exclaimed, Ram Ram. At once, Kabir jumped up, saying that he had become his disciple by getting the mantra Ram Ram, and thus the plan worked out. Question 5. Why were both the Hindus and the Muslims opposed to Kabir in the beginning? Answer. In the beginning, the Hindus did not like Kabir because he was a Muslim who meddled with their religion, while the Muslim opposed him because he had adopted some Hindu doctrines. Question 6. What did Kabir compose? Mention the theme of one of his songs. Answer. Kabir composed numerous songs in the form of dohas. The theme of one of his songs is based on God. According to him, God is one. He is neither found in temple nor in mosque. Instead, he resides in the heart of everyone. A true seeker can see him. Question 7. What was the central theme of Kabir's teaching? Answer. The central theme of Kabir's teaching was God is one who resides in the heart of everyone. Exercise 2. Which words in the passage mean the following? Number 1. Left in a cruel way. Answer. Abandoned. Abandoned. Number 2. A religious song. Hymn. Hymn. Number 3. Connected with God or with sacred things. Answer. Spiritual. Spiritual. Number 4. A great deal of. A lot of. Number 5. Putting on a false appearance of goodness. Pretense. Pretence. Question 3. Complete the following list of verbs and nouns. Number 1. Noun form of astonish is astonishment. Number 2. Verb form of behavior is behave. Number 3. Verb form of pretense is pretend. Number 4. Noun form of adopt is adoption. And with this, I am ending my today's class. Goodbye.